Good morning, and thank you everyone for joining us here today to celebrate a litter abatement program that is not only working but serves as a national model. I also want to say thank you to the Township of Woodbridge, to Mayor McCormick, and to the Avenel Performing Arts Center for sharing this wonderful venue with us today. Before I move on to our other thank yous, I want to bring up Mayor McCormick to welcome you all here today.
We want to thank the program, Clean Communities Program. We are receiving, I'm not allowed to say the amount yet, but we have the largest grant we've ever gotten coming this year, so hopefully you all have the same good luck. It's a terrific program. We use the money wisely on a whole bunch of efforts to improve recycling, but the coolest thing we do is our recycling calendar, which has everything you needed to know, exactly what day your trash is picked up, exactly what day your recycling is picked up, when we do shredding, when we do leaves, all things that you can imagine. Everything is in that book and everybody lives by it. And we managed to sneak a few things in there about other town events, which is really good. We have a program that's called Tooling Around the Town, where we go every fourth Saturday in April. We go around and fix up the home of needy people, usually widows who don't have the money or the ability to do work around their house. And as we go around, we ask, how'd you find out about the program? Every other person said they found out about it in the recycling calendar. So this is something people get, live by, put up on the refrigerator and check. And I just think it's wonderful, and it's paid for entirely by the program. So I also want to thank or welcome other mayors here. I saw Ray Jacoby from the neighboring city of Rahway. I see my friend Andre Saya from Patterson. We have Brian Waller from Piscataway. I don't know if anybody else is a mayor in the room. Anybody else? Yes, I know you are. What town? Bloomfield. Bloomfield, okay. Anybody else? Well, welcome. And I think that's it. We good? Thank you very much.
I want to thank all the other mayors and elected officials that took time out of their very busy schedule. I know how many demands there are for all of you, so I very much appreciate you being here. I want to thank and recognize my Board of Trustee members that are here. Linda Dougherty, who's the chair of our board. Wave hello. John Walrab, who's our vice chair from Waste Management over in the corner, holding things together. Erin Jensen from the New Jersey DEP. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank Maria Johnson and Emily O'Rourke, who've been busily outside relaunching our new Instagram account. So if you haven't already joined in recording a reel, please make sure you do before you leave today. And lastly, on the thank you list, all the Clean Communities coordinators that work day in and day out making New Jersey litter free, I just want to say thank you. And I think you know I appreciate you, but I just need to say it. Before I turn the microphone over to the DEP, I just want to take a quick reminder or just share a quick reminder about what these Clean Community grants are intended for. Obviously, we all know it's for litter abatement, litter cleanup, litter education, but there's a lot of really innovative ways you can use your funding that still meet those targets, and I think this is the venue really to share that. So I always do my did you know? Did you know that you can use your grant money for stormwater compliance? That's a big mandate a lot of towns have to do now with the new permitting. You can use up to 25% of your grant for stormwater management. If you have a lot of illegal dumping, you can use your grant money to buy cameras to make sure you can monitor that area and follow up with enforcement. Do you know, we always preach about education. If you haven't been to njclean.org, where we have our best practices, we have a list of performers that will come and talk about litter. We have a whole list of books. And one thing we launched last year was a list of class trips. So here's another really big did you know, that you can actually take your students on a field trip. as long as obviously the activity is litter related and litter education based, and you can even pay for busing. I know, field trips are few and far between these days, so we encourage students to learn about litter or not littering, So we just want you to know what these funds can be used for, and if you want any other ideas, of course, reach out to your county coordinator or to those of us in New Jersey Clean Communities. Couple things we added: water bottle filling stations that weren't allowed before, they're allowed now. Dog waste stations, so you don't, you can pick up your dog waste in public venues. And of course, the reusable resource center, we're trying to get people to donate reusable bags, and we sanitize them and donate them back to food banks. So that's just a few ideas. You will be getting on your way out a thumb drive that has all of our resources and PSAs that we've done about general litter, balloons, cigarette butts, and all the banners that you see outside. We try to help you. So before I get to, I'm going to do some closing remarks and I'll wrap up. And I'm going to bring up Seth Hackman from the New Jersey DEP to do our official 2024 Clean Communities Grant announcement.
Good afternoon, everybody. The New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection is very excited to announce the 2024 grants for the New Jersey Clean Communities Program. As many of you know, the Clean Communities Act was passed in 1986, creating a statewide litter abatement program that is funded by a tax on manufacturers, wholesalers, or distributors of 15 categories of litter-generating products in New Jersey. As sales of these items continue to increase, everyone must continue to do their part in keeping these products off our roads and out of our waterways and ensure they end up properly recycled or disposed. This year, $27 million in funding from the New Jersey Clean Communities Program Fund is being distributed to counties and municipalities, an increase of $3 million from last year. Grant amounts are based on population, housing units, and miles of municipally owned roadways. In addition, penalties collected from enforcement of the single-use plastic law will also be allocated to the Clean Communities Program Fund. This funding is crucial to the goal of beautifying communities, improving water quality, reducing localized flooding, and protecting natural habitats. Here are just some of the amazing achievements that our partnership has accomplished over the past 8 years. Over 350,000 volunteers have participated in more than 217,000 cleanups, working on nearly 600,000 miles and more than 1.6 million acres of land. More than 500,000 tons of debris have been collected and more than 50,000 litter citations and violations have been issued. As we speak, the Commissioner's Office in DEP is issuing a press release detailing some of these amazing accomplishments and proudly announcing the 2024 grant payments. Aside from providing grants, the Clean Communities Fund provides administrative support to the New Jersey Clean Communities Council. And as always, kudos to the Council's amazing Board of Trustees, led by Chair Linda Doherty, and their staff, led by Executive Director Joanne Jamenden. Not only does the Council assist local governments, it has expanded as part of the New Jersey Single-Use Reduction Law to implement reusable bag disbursement programs to food banks and has been instrumental in educating the public on the importance of reducing our reliance on single-use plastics. Just to say again, because it is such an amazing statistic, New Jersey has eliminated over 13 billion single-use plastic bags from grocery stores alone from our environment over the past 2 years. It's quite an accomplishment. This year's Earth Day global theme was Planet versus Plastics, with a goal to reduce plastic production across the country by 60% by 2040. Thanks to the hard work of Linda, Joanne, and their team, we know that New Jersey is already well on the path towards contributing to this important achievement. We at the DEP admire the Council's contributions and success, but we also know that the state legislature joins us in appreciation by specifically naming the Council as the party responsible for much of the education and implementation of this important law. In an effort to enhance public messaging, we're thrilled that NJCC has partnered with Recycle Coach, which is a smartphone app that provides recycling and other sustainability education and resources for residents. Over 50% of residents in the state have access to Recycle Coach, which the state has purchased for local governments to promote and inform residents about their recycling programs. Some of these resources include litter prevention, plastic reduction campaigns, and lesson plan activities for schools. To close, NJCC is a valued partner of the DEP. We look forward to hearing about the varied uses of these funds for cleanups, outreach, enforcement of anti-litter ordinances, graffiti removal, and now reusable bag collection programs as well. We are excited to continue this partnership to ensure that New Jersey remains beautiful and litter-free for all future generations. Thank you.
If you don't mind, Seth, we're going to invite some mayors up and elected officials up to get their checks, say a few words, of course. You're the main reason why we're all here today. So I'm just going to go alphabetically. So Mayor Ted Gamble from Bloomfield. Linda and John, I don't know if you'd like to come up and be in the photos. John? Are we good? Fanwood? Oh, Mayor, I'm sorry. Stand by, Kathy. Stand by.
So I'll be brief, but just really excited to get this check today. We've had a very successful biannual cleanup in our township that is helped in part by the fundings from this program. It's been really successful in terms of, just building a community event. Folks just clean up their neighborhoods, or community groups get together and identify an area in town that really needs a cleanup. So this has been really helpful. And we actually just had, along with one of our shredding events, a reusable bag collection where we collected over 1,000 reusable bags and donated it to a local food pantry. So excited to hear that you're getting on board with that. So, thank you again.
Thank you so much, really. Appreciate it.
Okay, next is the Borough of Fanwood.
Not that he needs any introduction, but my favorite. Oh, I keep skipping ahead. I'm sorry, Kathy. Would you like to say a few words? I'm sorry. I'm just looking to the future.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kathy Mitchell. I'm the president of the council in Fanwood, and Mayor Morris sends her regrets that she can't be here, but I'd like to tell you about our green team. It's newly established, maybe a year, and already they've done some spectacular things. We collected Legos and recycled them. We're in the process now of collecting sneakers to repurpose those for people in need. So we're marching on our way. So, and thank you very much for this.
Thank you. Now I get to move on. Mayor from Patterson, my friend Andre Saya. There's a lot of money there. How much did you get?
I'll tell you.
More than last year, but not more than any. The mayor forward.
So Joanne said, how much did you get? And we did travel 40 minutes to get here. And I was under the impression we were getting $2.6 million, but we got $263,000. Yes. And in Patterson, we do not look a gift horse in the mouth. This is more than last year, Sharon. And from what I understand, this is the largest amount. I'm not trying to rub it in anybody's noses, but we have a lot of communities in Patterson that we need to clean. In fact, one of the things that we do is we have an initiative. It's an anti-litter initiative. It's called Patterson is Picking Up. Literally. Yes, and it's actually modeled after, because we believe in best practices, after something that was done in the Lone Star State. It was a campaign called Don't Mess with Texas. Everybody thinks it's because they're tough. The Texans are tough. And the Rangers won the World Series. And the Cowboys don't win anything. Thank God. That hat is really bothering me. Could we I'm gonna use some of the Clean Communities money to have that hat removed right now. That is graffiti. Sorry. I watched the Cowboys in the Super Bowl earlier this year. It was on the History Channel. No, sorry, the poor guy. Last time they won a Super Bowl, we had VHS. No, I'm sorry, I'm a Mets fan. But nevertheless, I'm very appreciative. I'm glad we made the 40-minute drive down to receive the 2.6 million. I'm sorry, 263,000. Thank you very much, and Joanne, Patterson loves you.
Don't leave, because we're doing a group check.
Okay,
We're
you got
doing a
food
group
too.
photo,
That's
yes. So I've been in Union County for 30 years, but I was born and raised in Piscataway Township. So I'm pleased to invite up to the stage Piscataway Mayor Brian Waller.
In the interest of full disclosure, I think Joanne already said it. She was formerly from Piscataway. I was hoping that we would get an extra 0 on the end, but that's okay. You know what? I got to tell you, over the last couple of years, I really appreciate what your organization's been doing with DEP. A lot of towns don't necessarily have enough resources to buy ancillary things for like parks, like for instance, trash receptacles. You would think it would only be natural to have trash receptacles in parks. You'd be surprised how some towns are struggling. They can't put trash receptacles in parks. And then the other thing is to emptying them. That's a whole nother issue. But we've used a lot of that, the funds over the years to put a lot of receptacles and beautify our parks with the communities. But one thing that really annoys the heck out of me is that as much as local officials try to get residents or even folks that are traversing through your communities, don't litter. There are so many programs out there at the local level to encourage residents to responsibly get rid of debris, to litter, and things like that. But yet, you'll clean a large roadway up, or like we clean up Route 18, and then within 24 hours, it looks like we weren't even out there. It's just stunning in this day and age in the state of New Jersey and in the Northeast, or in the country in general, how people are just careless out there to litter and dump. I mean, as you were saying, to put security cameras up where you have constant illegal dumping. Why in this day and age do we have to have cameras out there for illegal dumping when you can easily, for free of charge, go to the recycling center and get rid of it? It's just stunning and flabbergasting. I've been mayor for 24 years. I didn't have gray hair before I started. I'm blaming it on my wife and kids. I would never blame it on my residents. But that's the challenge that we as local officials, it's a constant education that there are resources out there in your local communities to use, not to dump, not to litter. As much as we're teaching our young kids in the school system out there, and I got to tell you, I was very, very proud, Mickey Rose, watching during our Earth Day cleanup, how we had over 200 volunteers of people of all ages out there cleaning up the Raritan River, cleaning our local community, Rutgers students included. But you know what? It's a shame that we have to have that, people to come out there. It just goes so, the battle's never going to end. I hate to say that. I wish we could say we wouldn't have to have a program like that. I'm glad we do. But I want to thank everybody in your department and Joanne and your team out there for keeping constant presence publicly out there about litter out there, because it is, to me, it's sort of like the scourge of a community. As much as we local officials try to do our best out there to clean up the towns, it's a never-ending battle. But I'm not going to give up, and I know the mayor's there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. And before I bring up my current mayor, Mayor Giacobbe from Rahway, I just want to mention that we have the assistant director from the NJDOT that will be making remarks later and hopefully give you some more ideas how to spend that money. Mayor Ray?
So the one thing my mother taught me is never complain about free money. All right, so I appreciate this. Thank you so much to the New Jersey Clean Communities. This money will really go far with helping us achieve our environmental initiatives and our clean community initiatives. So thank you so much. And you know, like Mayor Wallach said, it's an ever constant battle to keep our communities clean, and any resources we can possibly get go a long way. So thank you once again, and have a great afternoon, everyone.
Borough of Roselle?
Listen, I'm here on behalf of Mayor Donald Shaw and the Borough of Roselle. We are so excited about this money. We want to thank Joanne and the New Jersey Clean Communities team for this grant. We believe that Roselle is really the jewel of Union County. But we just need to dust her off, right? And so she can shine bright like a diamond, like Rihanna says, right? But we can't do that if we can't tackle litter. And we can't tackle litter if we don't have the additional resources to do so. So this money means a lot to the small borough of Roselle. And I just want to thank you again for these funds. And I do want to give everybody in this room a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause. I know you don't know why, but I'm going to tell you. Joanne, thank you for putting this event together. I walked around this room earlier and spoke to so many people and learned exciting new ways that we can use this money. And this is also why this event occurs. Not just for the checks because I want them, but also because we get to learn from each other. And I guess our little distraction technique didn't work. We brought them in with the cowboy hats, hoping we can distract you and then get your check. But we'll take what we have because we love it. Thank you so much. Okay, awesome.
And last but not least, Sayreville.
Hi, my name is Council President Donna Roberts. I'm here on behalf of Mayor Kennedy O'Brien and the Borough of Sayreville, and it is my pleasure to hand over this check to our wonderful coordinator, Elise Barone, who is going to do exactly what we need in town with this, because there is no one better than Elise in this entire room. So thank you. We're going to do a lot of great things with this. Thank you.
And I heard that Mayor Hillside, Mayor Valtrese, if you'd like to come up and get your check, we would love to have a photo op with you. So we're back for one more.
Thank you so much to the Clean Communities Committee for investing in Hillside. We recently had a State of the Township, and one of the issues that I was having as mayor was, why does she want to plant flowers everywhere? Why is she investing in this beautification project? Hillside has a history of a lot of industrial businesses, and there was not a whole lot of investment in making sure that the town looked beautiful. And so we adopted a Take Pride in Hillside initiative using the Clean Communities grant. In addition, we were able to, we have a full day summer camp. But in addition to our teenagers being employed as counselors, we also have what's called a clean team. So we use the resources that we acquire through the Clean Communities grant to give them all of the tools necessary to help and assist DPW, also making sure that they're maintaining our flowers. So if you come and visit Hillside, you will see all new signage, beautiful flowers. We've cleaned up I-78, which is the corridor that leads into Hillside, just to make sure that when we say welcome to Hillside, we make sure that we need it. We definitely need a mindset change all over, in that everybody can do their part, but this initiates people and encourages people to just step out there, and if you see a piece of garbage, pick it up, because it will reflect in your sewer bill. So we still pay, we still pay for the garbage that you throw out there, and I think that more awareness, we will continue to clean up New Jersey, which is one of the oldest states in the country. So just making sure that everybody does his part, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much for this grant money.
Are there any other mayors or elected officials that I missed? We have checks for everyone. We're going to be doing a lot of photo ops at the end. We're just going to finish with the formal remarks, if that's okay. Next, I'd like to bring up the chairman of our Clean Communities Board of Trustees, Linda Dougherty.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us here today. And a round of applause for Joanne and all that she does for this program. So I'm humbled to serve as chair of this nonprofit organization as we work together to fight litter and encourage environmental education and create a cleaner, greener New Jersey for generations to come. And I know I stand between you and lunch right now, but in my real job, I'm also president of the New Jersey Food Council, which is a business association that represents New Jersey's finest supermarkets, independent grocers, bodegas, convenience stores, and food suppliers. And you may ask, why is the New Jersey Food Council so involved with clean communities? And it's because our food retailers are the cornerstone of almost every town in New Jersey, and we are committed to a flourishing and vibrant New Jersey landscape. And we put our money where our mouth is. Clean Community is funded through the litter tax, paid by grocers, convenience stores, and businesses in the state of New Jersey. Proudly, New Jersey grocers and food stores helped generate this $27 million in grants being distributed to our cities, towns, and counties in the state. So this program came about in the 1980s after Mercer County residents voted against a bottle bill initiative. In polls, New Jersey residents rejected a bottle bill proposal because they didn't want to pay a beverage tax on every can and bottle that they purchased. And then they would have to bring them their trash, unsanitary trash, back to the grocery store to get those cans and bottles redeemed. Instead, the legislature astutely enacted two very comprehensive solid waste programs: mandatory recycling at curbside or a designated location, and this Clean Communities program that includes the litter tax willingly paid by my members. An important benefit is Clean Communities includes a significant educational component that we're learning about today, is an anti-litter cleanup initiative, and focuses on the entire litter stream, just not beverage containers. And just 2 weeks ago, a bottle bill was introduced with a 10-cent per container in the New Jersey Senate. And that would disrupt and undermine New Jersey's successful curbside recycling program by diverting these recyclables and resulting in the suspension of this litter tax. And without this revenue source, the Clean Communities program will virtually be eliminated, along with the funds distributed to your towns and counties. A beverage tax would be imposed on and paid by shoppers, not your businesses and not the grocers. And local and county governments would make up for this in lost funds and lost jobs. So let's be vigilant today as we applaud the history of the success of the comprehensive solid waste story that we're telling today. And let us celebrate the award of $27.3 million in grant monies supported by your grocery industry. Together we stand as partners and national leaders in the fight against litter. We create important ways to educate the public and support smart governmental initiatives at every turn. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. I'm going to bring up our DOT. I'm going to say Assistant Commissioner of Operations, Chris Fenthal? Feinthal. Okay. But before I give you the mic, I also want to recognize our other friends at the DEP, Vince Calaguire from the Community Collaborative Initiative and his staff. They do great things, so make sure you meet and greet him today. Chris, all you.
Excellent. Thank you, Joanne. Joanne, about 10 minutes ago, you demoted me back to Assistant Director, and I would have loved to go back to that. That was the best job I've ever had at the DOT. And
It's all good. People
as you move up,
when you mess up.
bigger job, bigger problems sometimes. It is, so it's good. So I thank everyone for the opportunity, and some of the comments that were made before, prior really kind of tee up the message that I wanted to deliver a little bit today. There was some of the sports banner. I'm a big sports fan. If the DOT had a leaderboard of the complaints that come into us, litter is the defending and undisputed champ year after year after year. Exponentially, the amount of complaints we get about litter continues to grow, continues to be an issue. And I think we all agree that the great folks in the state of New Jersey don't mince words with some of their complaints. So they let us know where the litter is, why it's a problem, and why they don't want to see it. Mayor Waller, you made a comment about Route 18 that really resonates, and I can say there's nothing more deflating to our team to when we kill it on a Friday, clean everything up, and come back Monday, and it looked like we weren't even there. So obviously the environmental part, I think, is very obvious, but a stat that I think is important that we try to drive home and make sure that folks know is for the DOT to go put all of our proud union members out there to pick litter, it costs almost $60 per bag for us to pick up that litter. It's the equipment, it's the lane closure hours, we're paying benefits, fringe benefits, all that on our union laborers. And they're highly skilled folks. They should be out there working on infrastructure problems, not necessarily picking up cans of bottles. It really just doesn't make any financial sense for us to be continuing to just chase all of the litter in New Jersey. Trying to combat that, we have 3 really successful programs that we're looking to continue to invest in, continue to grow. The first is our partnership with the Department of Corrections. They're focused mostly on our interstate highways. We average 6 full crews every day, 5 days a week, who are out there. We meaning the DOT, will pick our problem spots. They're a great partnership for us, and they'll kind of go up and down some of our interstate corridors. Our sponsor, a highway program. We currently have 102 miles in New Jersey that are fully sponsored. Quick stat for that, in 2024, they have already picked up 11 tons of litter in this program, and we're only, we're 5 months in. Think about that's a lot of bubblegum wrappers, that's a lot of empty water bottles to hit 11 tons of litter. So for those, just so you know, the 102 miles, they're cleaned every 2 weeks. So a company will come through there and grab it. It's a great opportunity with some of the grant funding to look in, and it's a highly successful program. So if you have a state highway running through your town, I really encourage everyone to at least look into that. I'd say especially for the towns where your state highway may be a main street, a residential area, a place of local businesses. It really has been a successful program for those types of situations. Then finally, our Adopt a Highway program, which is volunteer driven. We actually have full state participation there, so every county is represented. There's 103 total groups currently participating. And the one thing I want to say to our friends from the DEP, the amount of comments we get that we are no longer picking up plastic bags on the side of the road, almost down to zero. And my 2 associates here with DOT will agree to that. has been a game changer for us. So thank you everyone for pushing that. If we can get the plastic bottles next, I think it would be a huge win for everyone. So the three of us are here from DOT. If you have any questions, we're going to hang out for a little bit, and we're happy to talk about our programs. Thank you.
So raise your hands, DOT folks. So really, you can adopt a highway. That's a volunteer program. We have pamphlets outside. We run the Adopt a Highway program in conjunction with the DOT. Or if you don't have the ability, there's some highways obviously we can't put volunteers on, but you can use your Clean Communities grant funds to sponsor a section of highway in your town that maybe you get complaints on and your hands are somewhat tied. But this is a way, to get the litter picked up and spend your grant monies directly on litter. So thank you. Before we leave today, I just want to mention we do have, people call them swag bags. I call it a bag of ideas because it's a whole bunch of resources for you to take back with you, ready for branding with your own town. We have activity books, we have litter calendars, we have 6 different PSAs relative to litter that are all on a thumb drive. The thumb drives are not in the bag, so each town gets a thumb drive as well. But everything in there is just take it and run with it. You just put your name and change the name and pretend you did it yourself. So it's all good. I also want to give a plug. I know it's a few months away, but New Jersey Clean Communities has what's turning out to be a really fun session at the New Jersey League of Municipalities. My mayor from Paterson always agrees to be the host of that event, so hopefully you'll come back as our moderator. It's a lot of fun, and it's a little bit of competition between some of the mayors, so make sure you mark your calendar for November 19th, Tuesday afternoon. If you're not down, make sure you get down in time for that. And last but not least, I'm going to invite all the mayors and elected officials upstage with their checks to take a group photo.
I'm the mayor of Woodbridge. Of course we use recyclable bags.